Here we go, boys and girls, with the next in our lesson. Our lesson is on multiplication. This is lesson 4, estimating products to solve problems. Now, if you look at this problem we have on page 84, you turn to page 84, put your pointer finger at the problem on the top. Good. What it tells us is sometimes you don't need an exact answer to solve a problem. Now here we have 4 students with a shirt that costs $35. And one of them is saying, we raised $500. For sure we have enough money to buy 12 sweatshirts for the team. Now then, how do the students know they have enough money? Let's think about this. What can you tell from the picture? What can you tell from the speech bubble? What important information does it tell us? Do you agree with what the girl is saying? That they do have enough money for 12 shirts. Explain why you think it's enough. Well, let's go through and have a look at why what she's saying is correct. She thinks that $500 is enough to buy 12 sweatshirts that cost $35 each. Let's go ahead and see that. We have $500 and we have 12 sweatshirts. Oops. Now, we have $500 altogether. If there are 12 sweatshirts, and they cost $35 each, then how much will all those sweatshirts cost? Well, I wonder if she's doing an estimation. If what she's actually doing is this, did she round 12 to the nearest group of 10 and think of 10 times $35 equals $350? If she does, then yes, they do have enough money because $500 is a lot more than $350. But don't forget, that's only for 10 sweatshirts. Will they have enough if they have to buy 12? Yes, they will, because the extra 2 sweatshirts will actually only cost another, how much? Do you know what 2 times 35 is? Say it again. You're right. It's $70. And if we add our $70 to the 350, we get a grand total of, that's right, $420. So they will have enough. Now let's go ahead and go back to the book. Let's look at the lower section now of that page. Oops, let's put my pen back. Okay, this is a new problem, and it tells us up here, oh wait a second, some of you are slouching. Can you sit up straight please? Thank you. A grade 5 class has a bake sale to raise money for charity. The students use a cookie recipe that makes about 36 cookies. The students bake 12 batches of cookies. Estimate to find out how many cookies they baked. Well, the important information we have here are that the recipe makes 36 cookies and that they are making 12 batches. Now we also have to make sure we remember this is an estimation question. Let's go ahead and see how we work that out with estimation. So we have to think back to how many cookies the batch makes and how many batches they are making altogether. So 36 cookies and 12 batches. Let's go ahead and look at that. So I'm thinking 36 cookies multiplied by 12 batches. Now I know what you're thinking. You're wondering, why am I writing it this way underneath each other? I don't have to. I can take this information actually and write it this way. Now, I only want to estimate, so I can do a few things with rounding. The first thing that I can try to do is round this number 12 to the nearest group of 10. What would that be? You're right, I could round it to 10. And then I'd have a question that I can work out quite easily because we worked on it yesterday. 10 times 36 is, that's right, 360. I just multiply 1 times 36, which is 36, and then add my happy face 0. That's one estimation, one way of estimating to get a rough idea of how many cookies they make. Of course, I could do it another way. Let me get rid of this. A second way I could have done it is this. Instead of rounding the 12, I could round the 36. So I could say 12 times 40. Now, this one's a little bit trickier because I have 12 times 4 as my basic fact. Now, you might not know that, but 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So 12 times 4 is 48. Add my 0, and there's my estimation, 480. Now let's just think for a moment. The last estimation we did, we went 10 times 36. That gave us an estimation of 360. So you can see both of our estimates give us answers that are really quite different. By using these numbers that are easy to multiply, we are using what we call compatible numbers. I like how it magically appears on the screen. And compatible numbers are numbers that go together well. Numbers that we can use in our head. Numbers that have us multiplying a basic fact and then adding the 0. Now I want you to look back at your textbook and turn to the next page. And we will now look at different ways to estimate products. What we're told here is there are different ways to estimate products. Think about how the problem and the factors, think about the problem and the factors. We have to choose a strategy. Now here we have that word compatible again. You can use compatible numbers. Compatible numbers are close to the actual numbers and are easy to work with. This is a key word. They have to be easy to work with. Now we know that multiples of 10 and 100 are easy to work with. Why? Because we did it in yesterday's math class. Here's a problem down here. Each bus can seat 48 students. How many students can travel on 8 buses? It's asking us about, so we know it's an estimation question. Now, I'll get rid of all my marks. To estimate, we want to estimate 48 multiplied by 8. Now think of the multiples of 10 and 100, closest to one or both factors. Well, 48, that's really close to 50. So we're going to use that multiple of 10. 50 times 8, well, there's our basic fact. 8 times 5 is 40, and we'll just add that 1 0. 400. So 48 times 10 is 480. Or 50 times 10 is 500. So we have a number of different solutions there, or estimations, depending on which numbers we round.